three propositions, the consumer proposition, the shopper proposition, and the customer proposition, become the structure for a highly motivating sales pitch. The consumer proposition. Retailers need to understand the consumer just as much as manufacturers do. While a single sale can deliver value today, a repeated sale delivers value far into the future. Repeat sales ensure that the Jim Roy equation works in the long term, and retailers know that if there's no real demand for the product, that equation will fail. The consumer proposition should demonstrate the manufacturer's understanding of which consumers the initiative is targeting. It should explain the consumption opportunity in concrete terms. If the target consumer group has needs that aren't yet satisfied, the consumer proposition should explain who these people are and how many of them there are, as well as the incremental growth in total consumption that would occur if they did use the product. If there is an untapped consumption occasion, it should be defined, and the consumer proposition should show how often it arises. Finally, the consumer proposition quantifies the opportunity that filling the occasion or meeting the need represents. For example, an Indonesian marketing director told us that the way to drive yogurt consumption was to get people to eat it more often. Consumers enjoyed the product about once a week, so getting these consumers to eat twice a week would double consumption. But at the time, only 3% of Indonesians ate yogurt at all, so we started looking at the consumers that didn't. About 16% of Indonesians were affluent enough to enjoy and afford yogurt, and they weren't lactose intolerant, so they were our potential consumers. That represented an opportunity to grow consumption by over 5 times, which would double, of course, if all the people then ate it twice a week. The consumer proposition packed up all of that information with the supporting research to demonstrate that there was a meaningful opportunity to grow consumption. Shopper proposition. The shopper proposition sets out to demonstrate that a retailer can take advantage of the consumption opportunity. It should show who the target shopper is for this opportunity and that these shoppers are actually in this retailer's store. It should also show how these shoppers currently behave and that it's possible to influence their behaviour. A practical case of where this worked particularly well is Procter & Gamble's launch of Sunny Delight in the UK. Sunny Delight was targeted at kids, and P&G hoped to encourage those children who drank alternatives to switch. However, P&G also understood that the best way to drive consumption of the product was to persuade mums to buy it. The proposition to shoppers was that Sunny D was a more affordable alternative to juice. They recommended that major grocery stores display the product next to juice in the chiller, since displaying this long-life product in that environment gave the appearance of it being as fresh as juice. The customer proposition. In this proposition, the business benefits of supporting the brand are made clear to the retailer. We explain that action is important and demonstrate that the buyer can achieve his KPIs by acting. And of course, the more KPIs the proposition supports, the more the customer is likely to support the initiative. For example, an ice cream company needed to demonstrate that while getting shoppers to choose a premium ice cream product instead of a mid-priced one does decrease sales of the mid-priced ice cream, it will grow total sales and profit as the premium product carries a higher margin. To make the proposition stronger, they also showed how it could improve inventory performance. Let's assume that in order to attract new shoppers to premium, we've increased the display by a factor of 2 and reduced space on mid-priced ice cream to make space. So we're now holding twice as much stock on the premium product, but the products are selling twice as fast. So stock turn, or days inventory, remain the same. The rate of sale on mid-priced ice cream has slowed, and despite holding lower stocks, the inventory measures have worsened. However, when you consider the whole category overall, inventory levels have dropped. So a simple idea, which started with getting shoppers to buy one product instead of another, can be shown to have a major impact across the whole category and be highly positive for the retailer. As business has grown, margins have increased, and inventory has come down. As a result, the overall returns of the category have increased, and the retailer is much more likely to support a proposition positioned like this.